When you see the 747 take off or land, it's almost transfixing because the plane itself is so beautifully designed.
Boeing called her the Superjet. The press called her Jumbo.
It makes the best landing of any airplane. And you are in awe that somebody even dreamt that this could fly.
Aviation experts said jumbo jets were dead. So why are airlines suddenly demanding them back? Jumbo jets vanished quietly, but behind the scenes, economics, airport limits, and airline pressure are forcing Boeing into a surprising crossroads. And here's where it all started to crumble. For decades, the Boeing 747 was untouchable. The Queen of the Skies is a symbol of long-haul travel, hub-to-hub dominance, and sheer ambition. But by the 2000s, everything changed. Airlines began quietly retiring their four-engine giants. Fleets that once dominated international routes were suddenly parked, sold, or scrapped. Boeing itself signaled the end, winding down 747 production after more than 50 years. The media jumped on the story, too. Headlines called the 747 a relic of another era, a dinosaur in a modern world obsessed with efficiency. Aviation insiders nodded in agreement. Jumbo jets were no longer a must-have. They were a liability. Fuel costs, maintenance, and slower turnaround times made these massive planes feel outdated. And yet it wasn't just economics, it was perception. The world started seeing four engines as overkill. Twin-engine jets like the 777 and 787 promised similar range, better fuel efficiency, and lower operating costs. Suddenly, the iconic 747 didn't seem indispensable anymore. What had once been the centerpiece of global travel was now a symbol of an outdated approach, quietly fading from runways worldwide. And now, let's clear up a common misconception. When people hear the phrase jumbo jet, they usually imagine a gigantic double-decker aircraft dominating the sky. Originally, though, the term simply referred to the world's first wide-body airliners, planes designed to carry far more passengers over long distances in a single flight. This marked a true turning point in commercial aviation, a moment when flying stopped being a luxury for the elite and became accessible to ordinary travelers. Leading this revolution were aircraft like the Boeing 747, McDonnell Douglas DC-10, and Lockheed L-1011. These wide-bodies didn't just change aviation because of their size, they reshaped global travel itself. Combined with airline deregulation, they slashed ticket prices, opened new routes, and connected continents like never before. The jumbo jet became a symbol of a newly linked world. At the heart of this era was the Boeing 747. Entering service in 1970, it dominated long-haul travel for decades. Its real power wasn't just its iconic hump or sheer scale, it was economics. By carrying hundreds of passengers at once, the 747 dramatically reduced per-seat costs, allowing airlines to operate profitable hub-to-hub networks. Over 54 years, nearly 1,500 were built, with the 747-400 becoming the most successful variant. For years, high-density routes like New York to London or Tokyo to Los Angeles were unimaginable without it. But even legends face change. Advances in technology and shifting airline economics slowly eroded the 747's advantage. twin-engine aircraft like the Boeing 777 and 787 emerged as serious competitors. With only 2 engines instead of 4, they were lighter, burned roughly 20% less fuel per seat, and cost far less to maintain. Thanks to ETOPS regulations, approved in the 1990s, twin-engine jets could safely fly long oceanic routes once reserved for 4-engine aircraft. The jumbo jet was no longer essential. Suddenly, the 747's greatest strength, its size, became a liability. Fuel price volatility, limited airport slots, and financial risk pushed airlines toward smaller, more efficient planes. Boeing made a final attempt with the 7478, launched to compete with the Airbus A380. Despite improved efficiency and updated engines, passenger demand never returned. Only 47 passenger versions were delivered before production ended. Cargo variants found more success, but the passenger era of the 747 quietly closed. Outpaced by twin-engine efficiency and new airline strategies, the jumbo jet faded. Not in failure, but having already changed the world forever. And yet, not all hope for the 747 vanished. Cargo saved it. The 747 freighter had a second existence as passenger orders withered. Airlines like Atlas Air, UPS, and Cargolux invested greatly, preferring their huge cargo volume over fuel efficiency. With the ability to transport more than any twin-engine replacement, these planes are necessary for shipping commodities with worldwide demand. Unlike passenger carriers, the freighter industry did not account for per-seat expenses, weight, or efficiency. Reliability, cubic volume, and load capacity all got attention as a result of it. Still governing on those fronts as well, the 747 still dominated. Still, production is not boundless. As pending cargo orders are fulfilled, Boeing plans to end 747 manufacture by 2026. Though the passenger variant might not be present, the freighter will continue long enough to conclude this section of aviation history. Emirates flipped the story just when it looked like the jumbo aircraft episode was ending. The only hub of the airline is Dubai International Airport. It has 116 A380 operating there. With around 90 million travelers under management yearly, that hub is almost exploding. On slots, Emirates is reaching its limitations. Therefore, more flights are not practical. Expansion in this setting calls for larger planes. They are not a luxury. For more than 10 years, Emirates President Sir Tim Clark has been pushing ultra-large aircraft. His vision is very clear. Should you be unable to add seats, then add flights. Emirates' larger aircraft let them grow capacity without requiring more departure and landing slots. It's a gutsy strategy that challenges plane makers to think about options that airlines in regular airports don't even have. Though the rest of the world turns to smaller, more flexible twin-engine jets, Dubai's capacity limitations and Emirates' network strategy have generated demand that could bring back the jumbo plane. The curve nobody anticipated is shown here. At first, requesting Airbus to design an A380neo, a new engine type, Emirates also asked Airbus. Unless Emirates made a major financial commitment, Airbus declared no. Planning a full A380 replacement? Airbus projected $20 billion. Emirates was unwilling to bear that cost on its own. Airbus simply could not justify another ultra-large aircraft without that financial support. Too pricey, too specialized, and too sluggish to meet evolving airline demands, the A380 project had become. and Airbus pulled back from ultra-large jets just like that. No Neo, no fresh A380s, nothing under development. It created a market vacuum Boeing alone could maybe satisfy. Though it didn't completely disappear, the ultra-large plane business grew into something that just a few airlines, like Emirates, actually had difficulties with. Boeing's response to the ultra-large aircraft problem is the 777X series, available now. Leading the roster is the 777-9. Designed as a contemporary jumbo, it accommodates about 426 passengers in a normal three-class arrangement, less than the 550 of the A380, but yet large. It targets airlines requiring high capacity but free from the logistical complexity of an A380. Emirates seized the opportunity, ordered an amazing 205 777X over several versions, a deal valued at almost $96 billion at list costs. Boeing did not, however, stop there. Emirates revealed plans to back a 777-10 feasibility study at the November 2025 Dubai Air Show. Estimated to transport 470 to 490 passengers, this aircraft would stretch the fuselage even more, therefore becoming the biggest twin-engine widebody ever imagined. The technological difficulties are enormous. At maximum takeoff weight, the stretched fuselage has to receive enough thrust from the GE9X engines. Boeing must also show that the jet satisfies single-engine climb criteria at V1 decision speed, a crucial safety standard. Only if Boeing can solve these engineering mysteries without jeopardizing safety may the 777-10 change the boundaries of twin-engine flying. The plot gets complicated here. Almost from the beginning, delays have plagued the 777X project. Launched in 2013, initial entry into service was scheduled for 2020, but successive delays have postponed certification to 2027. Particularly in the wake of the 737 MAX problems, the FAA's examination is thorough. Hence, regulators are leaving little room for mistakes. Particularly difficult have been structural concerns. Rising worries over thrust links joining the engines to the wings forced Boeing to halt portions of testing in 2024 to solve safety problems. Every delay adds expenditures, lengthens schedules, and keeps finished planes lying in storage rather than producing income. Maintaining confidence with airlines that have already made enormous purchases, Boeing has had to negotiate a minefield of rules, technical solutions, and logistical challenges. Only if Boeing can demonstrate it is both safe and dependable under stringent regulatory scrutiny will the 777X change the jumbo industry once more. Stretching the 777-9 into the 777-10 isn't just a matter of adding seats. It's an entirely new engineering challenge. Even though it shares the same airframe, the 777-10's longer fuselage changes aerodynamics, weight distribution, and structural loading. This means Boeing would need a separate certification process. Ground testing alone would include ultimate load tests, where the airframe is stressed to 150% of its limit load, plus emergency evacuation drills for a much larger passenger count. Flight testing would take thousands of hours across multiple aircraft, and every delay adds enormous cost. The stakes are high. A miscalculation could compromise safety, delay delivery further, and shake airline confidence. Launching the 777-10 would require billions of dollars in investment, all while the 777-9 is still awaiting final certification. It's a high-risk, high-reward gamble, and one that Boeing has no choice but to play if it wants to keep the jumbo dream alive. And here's the harsh reality Boeing faces. Delays and technical challenges aren't just frustrating, they're expensive. The company reported over $15 billion in charges related to the 777X program by late 2025. That's billions sitting on the books, while planes sit idle in storage, waiting for certification. Each month of delay adds more costs without bringing in revenue, a financial drain that keeps mounting. Launching the 777-10 would only make things riskier. New engineering challenges, extended testing, and additional certification could cost billions more, all while the 777-9 is still in limbo. Boeing can't just press go without risking serious financial strain. To make things messier, accounting rules forced Boeing to reclassify 337 orders due to uncertainty over delivery timing. That's a reflection of the market's hesitation, airlines' patience wearing thin, and the very real pressure to balance engineering ambitions with fiscal responsibility. Every decision now carries both technical and monetary weight. Here's the kicker. The jumbo jet market is surprisingly tiny. No U.S. carriers have shown interest in the 777X aircraft. Airlines like American, Delta, and United are focusing on smaller, more flexible twins, like the 787 and A350. For most of the world, flexibility is king. 250 to 350-seat planes hit the sweet spot for efficiency and route adaptability. Slot-constrained airports, where ultra-large aircraft actually make sense, are rare. Outside hubs like Dubai, very few airlines face the same limitations. So while Emirates desperately needs bigger planes to grow, most carriers don't. Ultra-large aircraft aren't dead, but they're niche products, serving only a handful of airlines with extreme capacity needs. The majority of the wide-body market is comfortably served by twins, leaving jumbo jets as a high-stakes bet rather than the industry standard.
I want to just say thanks to everybody. You guys did a great job. Appreciate all.
New leadership at Boeing is taking a cautious approach. CEO Kelly Ortberg, who took the reins in August 2024, is focused on stabilizing existing programs before chasing new dreams. That means ramping up 737 MAX production after FAA approvals and expanding the 787 program with a $1 billion investment in South Carolina. The 777-9 remains the priority. Boeing has to get it certified and delivered reliably to rebuild airline confidence before even thinking about stretching it into the 777-10. Every other potential variant hinges on this foundation. Ortberg's strategy is clear: solidify what works, fix delays, and regain credibility. Ambition isn't gone, but timing and execution now take precedence over pushing the limits. The jumbo jet future depends as much on leadership discipline as it does on engines, wings, and fuselages. And now we reach the crossroads. Emirates' A380 fleet isn't getting any younger. Typical aircraft service life means these planes will need replacement within 10 to 15 years. They can't just wait forever, and the used A380 market isn't much help. There simply aren't enough planes available to meet long-term needs. That leaves Emirates with limited alternatives. Adding more flights isn't possible at Dubai International, and smaller planes won't carry enough passengers. The solution? Bigger aircraft. But that solution puts Boeing under immense pressure. They have to execute flawlessly with the 777-9, prove the stretched 777-10 is viable, and manage massive technical and financial risks, all while keeping the airline confident in delivery timelines. So the real question isn't just, can Boeing build another jumbo? It's, can they do it profitably, safely, and on time in a market where mistakes are magnified? Jumbo jets aren't coming back because of nostalgia. They're returning because airports are full, demand is concentrated, and airlines like Emirates have no alternative. Boeing's challenge isn't building bigger planes, it's proving it can deliver them safely, on time, and profitably.